One thing I got to bring up before I move on from the Cubs is Pete Crow-Armstrong. And you probably haven't watched a whole lot of Cubs baseball, but I could see how a
No.
Sox fan would not be a fan of Pete Crow-Armstrong. And I'm not sure I am one either. He strikes me as an entitled rich kid that is just skating by on his talent. He is extremely talented, but he is a really frustrating and annoying player to watch, I think, as a Cubs fan. People love him. People give him all sorts of rope, let him get away with all sorts of shit, but I find him frustrating and annoying. He has got like a 582 OPS at this point. The main thing that really set me off, besides two different, I think it's now 3 or 4 different occasions in spring training, he dropped obvious catches. He actually had a terrible drop that cost the Cubs a game in New York earlier this year against the Mets, where he sort of kind of tried to make a tough play. He tried to make it look cool by not putting out as much effort as he thought as you might
Yeah.
think he would, and he kind of short armed it and dropped the ball, and they lost the game. It's just like little things like that. But the one incident that really stood out to me is his first major league hit. This is from my notes from 3 months ago, but I had to keep it and bring it up because it's so fucking annoying. His first major league hit happened to be a home run, which is cool. That's very cool, but you would have thought he just won the goddamn World Series. There were gesticulations, hand gestures, dancing, pointing, all sorts of things from home to first, from first to second, from second to third, and from third to home. He had one of the most obnoxious home run trots I've ever seen for a dude getting his first fucking hit in the major leagues, being a massive disappointment offensively thus far. I thought the way he was gesticulating, I thought he could have got to home plate, dropped his pants, and started jerking off in front of the entire crowd. It was so ridiculous, and he has not shown much humility or anything. I just think of him as a spoiled rich kid that feels very entitled. Uh, I want to see production out of him. He does have 17 steals, which is a benefit. He swings for the goddamn fences every time, and he gets
Yeah.
crushed by velocity. He cannot handle a high fastball. He if he could just make contact, he is so goddamn fast. He could get on first base. If he gets on first base, he's going to be on third base. He's almost like Ricky Henderson in that regard. He can steal. That he just can't get on base because he's trying to hit fucking home runs so he can jerk off at home plate after his ridiculous
Is Chris
home run
Morel
trot.
his roommate?
Yeah, there's a lot of swing and miss and no two no two strike approach appears to be taught within the Cubs organization. But Chris Morel is a whole different story. I wanted to focus on PCA tonight.
Well, no, I just
I'm
wonder if they
just,
were roommates because Chris Morel and his 200 batting average every time he hits a home run celebrates too. Like it's
yeah, you're right.
fucking. I just thought maybe they're like maybe he's his mentor. That's all I was trying to point out, making a joke.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
yeah,
No, I get it. I get it. I'm with you. I just
yeah.
thought particularly that this was Pete Crow's Armstrong's first hit.
Hey,
That's how he reacts.
you start out big, baby. Go big or go
Oh
home,
my
Smitty. Come on.
it was just ridiculous. So Pete Crow
Uh,
Armstrong needs to work on getting on base, and then we can start working on celebrating. He doesn't strike me as a winning player. He strikes me as a me first player,
ugh.
and
Yeah, that's
that
the
does not
worst.
work.
Yeah, we've
He's
had
young.
more than a few of those.
He's young. He can figure it out. I have heard of a few comments that I've found intriguing and raised an eyebrow, like when he got called up after I forget who got hurt, but Craig Counsell made it a point to say he's only up here because of injuries. He
Oh,
was like
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to see that's something that kind of you know raised an eyebrow, thinking, oh, okay, maybe internally even they see this like they're trying to put him trying to bring him down a little bit. You need to know your place. You need to be a team first player, not all about yourself. So I've heard some player comments that were along those lines earlier. I haven't heard those in a couple months necessarily, but when he was first called up, you could tell that the veteran players were kind of annoyed with him as well. So again, even if he wants to be an ass, act like an ass in the field, that's great. Whatever. If it's annoying, I can complain about it. Just produce, get an OPS above at least 600 before you act like you are the end all be all. Cubs need to win some fucking games here, and the way they could do that very quickly is he's a game changer if he gets on base, and he just doesn't do it nearly enough. So figure it out, dude.
Word Hole Media.